To understand the core failure of modern professional networking, look at the environment where most of it actually happens. Walk onto the floor of any major industry summit, and you are immediately hit by a sheer wall of noise and thousands of moving bodies. In the middle of this chaos, we rely on a physical ritual that hasn't changed since the 19th century. Two professionals meet, exchange a few hurried words, and hand over a small piece of printed cardstock. Over a single afternoon, a busy executive repeats this exact motion dozens of times. The interactions are fast, superficial, and blend together almost immediately. That little piece of paper tricks the brain. Slipping it into your pocket feels like a completed task, creating the illusion that you've successfully captured a valuable new relationship. But a pocket full of cards isn't a network. The modern event floor doesn't suffer from a lack of socialization. It suffers from a systemic failure to capture accurate information. Fast forward 3 days. You're back at your desk, staring at a static pile of those collected cards, trying to make sense of the trip. This is the context deficit. You have a name and an email address printed in crisp ink, but the vital details are gone. You've forgotten the person's face, exactly where you met them, and the specific pain point mentioned. CastTag was engineered specifically for business leaders and consultants to address this professional vacuum. It provides a structural solution to the gap between meeting someone and remembering why they matter. The application shifts the focus to capturing the total environment of the introduction. It records the data surrounding the contact, rather than simply scraping a name and a phone number. Raw contact data without the surrounding context has little utility. For a modern executive, maintaining a context-aware digital identity is required to make those introductions useful. Fixing this starts at the moment of connection. The first phase requires removing the physical friction and manual data entry of the initial handshake. CastTag replaces the traditional paper rectangle with a premium electronic identity badge. A single tap transfers a professional profile to the other person's device. This exchange is powered by NFC capability for smart cards and dynamic QR codes. This ensures instant screen-to-screen credential sharing regardless of the hardware the other person is holding. For those who prefer a tactile exchange, the platform offers the Eco Executive Smart Pack. Users can upgrade to physical smart cards laser-crafted from organic bamboo or aerospace-grade titanium. Removing the manual labor of data swapping right at the introduction frees both individuals to focus entirely on building rapport. Once the connection is made, the system logs the environment of that meeting. Context-aware connection tracking logs the coordinates of every new connection, tying a digital profile to the handshake location. This organizes your network by event history. The system clusters geographic pins into a navigable map of interactions, replacing standard alphabetical lists. With the Smart Event Discovery feature, users can also scan their immediate vicinity to locate and connect with other professionals attending the exact same venue or conference session. Time and location are powerful memory triggers. By digitizing these environmental cues, the system provides the specific context an executive needs to recall the purpose of a meeting weeks later. This leads to the final phase of the networking lifecycle, drafting post-event communications. Even with an organized list, there is a significant administrative burden in staring at a blank screen, trying to craft a dozen personalized outreach emails from scratch. To solve this bottleneck, the AI-powered follow-up assistant pulls directly from the context-aware tracking data, the location, the event, and the time, to ground its drafting in reality. The AI evaluates those data points to generate tailored follow-up emails, elevator pitches, and targeted messages ready for review. Automating this administrative drafting phase allows professionals to scale their outreach while maintaining the personalized touch required to close deals. The transition is clear. We move from a chaotic pocket of paper cards to a structured, searchable, and context-rich database of every interaction. For enterprise-level tools, consolidating this professional data requires a high standard for data security. This shows the platform's data safety architecture. All information is encrypted in transit, and no personal information is shared with third parties. In high-stakes corporate environments, the internal security of a professional database is just as vital as the scope of the network itself. Looking at the holistic impact, the value of a modern digital identity becomes clear. For over a century, networking relied on the limitations of ink and paper. We are now moving into a proactive digital era. By automating the mechanics of tracking and drafting, the platform keeps the user's focus on the human interaction itself. A professional network is only as powerful as a leader's ability to utilize it. Cascade ensures that one single tap leads to connections that remain useful long after the event ends.